Unless this is your very first Wines, Pines, and Canines video, most of you know that I'm a pretty serious fan of the Dewalt tool platform. These two tools right here have become absolutely essential to my camping experience. In today's video, we're going to talk about two of our favorite tools. This one happens to be one of Linda's favorites. This one happens to be one of mine. But first, we're going to talk about the battery platform to rule them all. This is a 20-volt battery. This particular battery is 5 amp hours, so is this one. This is typical of what I take with me on the road. These batteries, though, come in a variety of amp hour sizes. I find that 2 batteries for most of my trips works out just fine. I've been using Dewalt batteries for about 7 years. I've been totally thrilled with the performance and the longevity. I actually have a lawnmower from my backyard, and I do run it off these very same batteries. I have a lot of Dewalt batteries. I wait till they go on sale, and then I strike. Now, one of the problems I have, though, is keeping track of all my batteries. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you exactly how I mount these batteries in my shop to keep track of each and every one. But let's talk about charging next. This is one of the Dewalt chargers that I use. But, bear in mind, if you're going to be boondocking and going off-grid, these chargers take 110, so you might want to bring extra batteries. The first tool we're going to cover this afternoon is Linda's favorite, the Dewalt fan. It has 5 features that we really like, and they're as follows. It has variable speed. Number 2, it's very light. Number 3, it's 2-way power. Dewalt batteries or plugs into 110. 4, it has hooks in the back that you can hang in. Number 5, you can direct the flow of air up or down. This fan will rock back and forth. Now Linda's going to talk about why she really likes it.
So while Troy may like this fan, I love this fan, and there are 3 reasons why. First, it's just a great fan. For those nights where it's warm, but not warm enough that you want to listen to the air conditioner, this does a great job of moving the air around the cabin. Second, it's a great white noise generator. We've stayed at some campgrounds that were, very busy and there's a lot of activity, even overnight. So this does a great job of producing some white noise so we're not constantly waking up. And the third thing it does is keep flying insects away. When we're sitting outside and maybe cooking and there's a lot of bugs in the air, we position this near us and it does a great job of keeping those insects away from us. And one of these 5 amp hour batteries, we take 2 of these, as Troy mentioned. So one 5 amp hour battery with this fan on low will easily get us 3 or 4 nights without having to worry about charging it again.
So this is one of my favorite tools. This Dewalt Inflator has been part of our camping experience for a couple years now, and I'm very happy with it. One of the greatest things about this inflator is its longevity, but also the fact that it has 3 different options as far as how to energize this thing. Obviously it takes Dewalt batteries. Secondly, right here it has a 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter plug-in, which you can plug it in your cigarette lighter, and it's quite long, so you can inflate tires on your truck or camper. Number 3, if you wanted to locate one, Dewalt makes an adapter, so you can plug the 12-volt into 110 AC. So what's the primary function of this device? Well, obviously, number 1, it's an inflator. In just a few seconds, I'm going to show you how it inflates the tires in my camper. In addition to inflating RV and truck tires that it does very well, Dewalt's really clever in that they built all the onboard attachments onto the end of this inflator to service things you might also need, like rafts or bike tires and things like that. It's all found right in the tool itself. It also deflates, which is important when you have a big old raft, you need to get all the air out of it. And one of the things I like a lot is it has illuminated screen. If it's the middle of the night and you're inflating a tire, you need to get it to a specific PSI, now you can see what you're doing. And to help you see what you're doing, it actually has another feature, a built-in flashlight. A couple other features. This inflator also runs up to a maximum PSI of 160. It's pretty impressive. And one of the things I like, it has rubber feet on the bottom. So it's not going to matter so much on the side of the road perhaps, but if it's in your shop, it's not going to do that typical compressor dance that we're all so used to. Once I turn this thing on, power button, I'm going to roll this wheel to whatever I want the PSI to be set at. In my camper, it's 50 PSI per tire. Okay, and then I'm going to start go. All right. Now, one of the nice features about this particular device is it actually shoots a little bit of extra air into the tire so that when you disconnect, you ought to be right on time. Let's check it. As luck would have it, 50 pounds on the nose. I found these devices on Reddit. I follow a woodworking blog on Reddit, and I saw them and stalked them, and I had to have them, and I'm glad I did. These little plastic brackets attach with screws wherever you want, and it allows me to take all of my batteries and pop them right in. As you can see, I can now line them up by amp hour, and I can see if even one is missing. Plus, I can easily see at this mounted height what the state of charge is on each battery. I've had these for a couple weeks now, and I've never seen a better system of mounting your batteries, keeping them organized. Otherwise, they just end up in a 5-gallon bucket, and you never know what's charged, what's not. This is much better, and I'm glad I jumped on this. The only thing that could have made me happier is if I would have been the one that would have invented this.
Well, that's about it today, but before you go, these are 2 of our essential camping items, and not just camping. We are going on a trip soon where it's going to involve a hotel, but these 2 tools are still coming with us. But what we would like to hear is, what are your essential items? We're always looking at, what's next to buy on our list. And just because we use the Dewalt line, there are other manufacturers out there that produce an air inflator and a fan, and Ryobi is one of them. We've had Ryobi tools in the past and we really like them. Troy just switched to Dewalt because of the vast array of tools that they produce. But if you're looking for, these, there are other options out there. So that is it for today. If you'd like to see more, hit that subscribe button. And remember, Desi always wants you to hit that notification bell.